Hondaru. Where are you?
We got some booze to make now.
Alright guys, so right now we are over at Brent's getting the Hondaru back together. So we dropped it off over here after Streetcar Takeover. Jamie brought it back on his trailer and they needed to use the trailer for a different car. So the car ended up just staying over at Brent's, so we decided just to knock it out over here.
I want to see what was up.
Yeah, Brent wanted to kind of check it out. So right when we dropped it off, Brent and Shane tore the motor out and started ripping into it, trying to figure out what the noise was, and found a few things out.
Yeah, we actually found out pretty quick.
Yeah, I found out pretty fast what was going on.
First, when we were pushing the clutch pedal, and the whole engine was separating from the plate.
Yeah, this is a piece of the pilot bushing that goes in here, and I guess it just, I mean, there was more to this. As you can see, it's like pieces are missing off of it. It just kind of like pushed it back. So I think when we were pushing the clutch pedal, we noticed that the engine was actually separating from the plate.
The bottom half,
so we noticed that these bolts right here that hold the plate on actually backed out, and so this thing was loose. So every time you hit the clutch, it just separated it. And I think the transmission was just pushing on this, and it just pushed it back.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that was a little bit of the issue why it wasn't going into gear, and maybe some rattling. Who knows?
Yeah, and so it was the bottom bolts that came out of the plate.
Yeah.
The top ones were still in. The two bottom ones came out.
Right.
So
yeah, and every time you push the clutch, you'd see an 1/8 inch or
yeah, it
more
would like
gap.
open up a gap because the motor and tranny were like opening away from each other.
Yep.
So
And then I checked the timing tensioner too, and we found that the tensioner was dead. It was like squishy, and it's supposed to like come out and like lock, and then didn't lock at all.
yeah, it was.
You could push it in with your thumb.
Done.
It took the front cover off because we were fixing a oil leak, and then found out that
around
needed
somewhere.
replaced.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, the old tensioner.
Yeah, it's bad.
We'll find it. But yeah, so we went ahead and just sealed the whole front, took the pan off, resealed that because there was a leak behind here.
Yeah.
So we just changed the seal out,
I want
and
to
then
check the metal anyway.
on these we just put Loctite on it, and then we found two more bolt holes that we could actually put more support. So we put that one in, and then we got one more over here. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere now.
So it was probably just the bushing and all that
Combination of
kind
all
of,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
there was a whole bunch of noises. So
Yeah.
at least it wasn't.
Tensioner being bad, I mean, was making the chain clack, and then the bushing being out. Probably a ton of vibration and a ton of other things going on. Watch this.
That the
Put
old
it in.
tensioner
Yeah. The pin in.
doesn't even hold it.
Doesn't even lock. So you hold it like you got to get it in the right spot so you can push it in, and then you let go of the pin, roll it up, put your clip in, and it should lock. But it just
Yeah, and
shoots.
see, it was doing that the whole time because I put the pin in too, and
Yeah.
it would just pop back out, and I didn't know if I was doing something wrong because
No.
I've never done one.
No.
But now that we have the good one in there, I know how it should be. It should
when
lock.
It comes out, it locks. That's what all one of these teeth here locks. And like you gotta like literally hold this pin this way to make it to where you can move that. And it's like, this is just like hammered.
Yeah, so we have the Pilot K series at my house, so we just got a new one out of one of those, and now we're good to go.
I moved for a second and you freaking already got it in, bro. Yeah, bro.
It's good.
Looking right there, it just needs some hardware or something.
And she's back.
Hondaru, where are you?
We got some boost to make now.
Yeah, we got some boost to make now. Lots of Honda
It's kind of catchy, bro.
It's kind of catchy.
So what you fixing, bro?
Fixing the clutch handle because I broke it off at Streetcar Takeover. I wrecked it.
This is the old one.
Yeah, I busted the handle off.
So you're about to race Brent? He looks like he's ready, dude.
Yeah, Brent thinks he can take the pit bike on the four-wheeler.
We'll see about that.
All wheel from a dig. Is that what you want, Kyle?
You don't even know how to
Just give him the two wheel first.
this thing out to the mud drags all the time.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about what size it is. What size is that? 125?
I know.
This is a 110.
He said it's enough. Oh.
Not a chance. I feel like we should go out to the road because I don't want to run into the side of a dumpster.
I mean, if you're ahead, then you ain't gonna run into nothing. It almost ran him over, dude. Ready? You ready? How? I'm gonna go. You ready? You ready? Who won?
He won.
I got him that time.
Were you in all-wheel drive?
No. I can leave it all-wheel drive.
Go on, do one more, but you go down there more.
All right. How far did you want me to go?
Messed up, dude. I wheelied it hard.
Yeah, I saw that. The victory dance. I think Kyle got that one.
I have to go to the videotape. I feel like Brent was on me like a nose. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell either.
Well, when you were passing me, I think you were in the front. I don't know how far you guys were going.
That was too good.
That was awesome. That was the best race yet.
Yeah.
It was doors. We could have shook hands. This with a shade bay would just be awesome.
Would be.
We did like a
Some more doubles.
ABS delete too.
Yeah, and just naked it.
Good. Sounds good. Hopefully no more noises.
Didn't hear anything.
It feels way more solid. So
Yeah, we'll find out once we go drive it around.
it feels way more solid in the car.
Feels good.
Yeah. And I drove it before. It fell all loose.
All right, guys, so we got the Subaru running again. We let it fully warm up and bled all the coolant because we're getting ready to take it back. But now that the motor's back in, I wanted to show you guys a little more of what we meant. So this right here is the plate that adapts the K-Series to the STI transmission. And Brent noticed that when you push in the clutch, the bottom bolts were missing down here. So there's actually a good like 1/8 inch gap being created, I guess you could say, right here at the bottom. The motor was actually pressing itself away from that plate, and a little gap would open up because the hydraulic throwout bearing was just pushing the whole motor away. And since the bottom bolts weren't in, they must have backed out or something, because we definitely had them in earlier when we first put this thing in. It wasn't doing that, so it was starting to flex everything, and that was also probably causing a lot of the shifting problems, and that flex was making the input shaft not line up straight with the crank inside of there, so it really messed up our pilot bushing, and it was just doing all kinds of weird things. So got the motor pulled out, figured that out, put a new bushing in, got everything back together, fixed a couple things on the front of the motor with the front cover there because that was leaking, got the new tensioner on there because that was bad as well.
Yep.
And she should be ready to go now though.
It's ready. It's
ready to rock.
More confident.
So hopefully that made some sense. So sorry I didn't film much of that. They just kind of dove right into it once we got it here. I was working on my hatch a bit, and
yeah, you were busy, so we were just dove in, and I was really anxious to know
what happened.
The noise was. So,
but she's back together.
yeah,
So gonna see if she makes it home.
you better.
Call it a night. Then I still need to show your project, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit till it's somewhat more together.
Yeah,
Maybe till
it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Sure enough, it's on its way.
Yeah, it'll be coming soon. It's right over there behind the NSX, but they can't see it. That's all you get is the hood right there.
Right? Show enough.
See you, man. Appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun, as usual. Knocking them out.
Yeah. Hondaru's alive.
Hondaru, hatch is alive.
Well, once he gets that element in the mail.
Oh yeah. But we know what it is.
Yeah.
I'll get that.
Sure enough, they'll all be running.
Sure enough, they'll all be running in no time. That's so funny.
At least when something happens to them, we get them fixed right away.
Yeah, that's for dang sure.
I feel like that was a long time. It really wasn't even.
It was
that
only
long.
a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was missing
I know.
Oh, she's back.
It's awesome.
it. All right, brother.
All right, see ya.
you guys. Have fun.
Made it back. No noises?
No, I felt good. Like before when I drove it, if I like, say I was going like 50 and I put it in neutral and I tried to put it in third and fourth, it wouldn't let me go in. It'd like be really hard to go in, but now everything's smooth. And it also was, remember it was making that noise when I put it in like third and fourth?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't do that
Not doing that no
either.
more?
No.
Oh,
Feels good.
hopefully that's all it was. Just those bolts backing out.
Yeah, honestly, it feels way better. I don't know. I always say that, but
Yeah.
it's like it always feels better for a little bit.
Well, yeah, because we got the clutch figured out last time when we put that new master on there because that wasn't working. We put that on and it felt great. And then it started to not work again. And it's almost 100% because those two bottom bolts backed out. So when that hydraulic throwout bearing's pushing on the clutch fins, it's just pushing the motor away instead of actually engaging the clutch. So now that that's all bolted back up, the motor doesn't move anymore. I really wish we filmed some of what it was doing before, because you guys would be like, oh yeah, that's really messed up. So now everything's solid, should be ready to go. And yeah.
Time for a different turbo setup.
Oh yeah, we have the manifold to make as well. That will be coming soon. Yeah, got her figured out. Got the hatch figured out as well. Got the element on the way for that. So too bad they had to have issues at the track.
I feel like
They were running perfect just before the track, and then of course right when they go to the track they have issues.
performance issues. Dude.
Everyone's like, oh, you should be more prepared, dude. We were street testing this one. I went through the hatch, everything was fine. And of course they start having issues right when we have the event. But
We'll be back.
we got them back up and going. Well guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. Just got the Hondaru back up and running. Sorry we didn't show a whole bunch of that. We just got it done over at Brent's. Just wanted to knock it out. Really wasn't too big of a deal. It did kind of suck pulling the motor in and out, but at least we got her figured out. And something else I want to mention before we end it tonight, if anyone out there happens to have a K-Series all-wheel drive transmission, like out of a Element or CRV, please let me know. I was getting some ideas, you know, nothing official yet, but we do have a couple K-Series back there that we can pull apart, and we'll definitely have one good motor with all the parts we have out of that. And I was just kind of looking at Wago, you know, nothing official like I said, but she might need a little bit of a makeover here soon. But yeah, just let me know. Message me on my Instagram, and we'll see. Who knows where it will go. But I was just thinking, you know, just getting ideas. We're K-swapping all these cars, and
This thing will be nasty.
I mean, the single cam's doing good, but
It's not a K.
I don't know. Just thinking, guys. I'm not saying nothing. I just might want an all-wheel drive tranny for, you know, the hatch maybe.
One
but-
of them needs it.
Yeah. But yeah, just let me know. Shoot me a price, whatever. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. As always, thanks for watching.
On my face, man.
I'm trying to hide your excitement from the Hondaru being
Don't
back.
chase me with that, dude.